Last time we left off at this exact moment for our journey in Season 2, making a Grief Phase Blade for our Barbarian. I was pretty lucky and got that lore rune very early on the day 2, so that allowed me to switch from Warcry to Zerker Barb and go Travincal, which did make me rich, maybe, or no, we will see. As always, thank you very much for everybody who supported me on stream for the last 2 weeks, it has been amazing, and yes, I truly appreciate it. If you want to join my memberships, you are free to do so. All these runs were done of course online, players 1, and I had 200 MF on main hand and 390 on the offhand. Also, my find item skill has been varying from like 65% to 69% in the end, because I was leveling as well. And the first couple of finds were kind of mediocre, the Augur Axe and the Combat Skiller for Barbarians, yikes, those are not really sought after items at all. However, this one is actually much better, this is a 15% Perfect House belt. Followed by typical lottery, this item can be either trash or be really good if it is any of the cold skills. Well, I guess not this one, +3 to chilling armor enourmous roll. Finally a big find that I actually managed to sell for something, let's take a look. It only took 222 runs to actually find the Oculus. This one was sold for Eastern Mal rune. And not so long after it actually followed by another find that I sold for East Rune. This is a cold skiller for sorcerers, of course they are the most hype right now. Shy of 250 runs, actually my first high rune here, Vex rune. And very surprisingly followed by rune. That was the run number 4 of the day and I was very excited to see what's happening next. And there was East rune, roughly about 50 runs later. Just a 3 short runs later, first of all Ethereal Kelpie Snare, which is always fun to find, and also another Grand Charm. Let's take a look. This one is Lightning Skiller for sorcerers. So far I was not able to sell it. An item that my mercenary has been wearing from very beginning of this journey, actually Wire Fleece. This is a Gladiator's Bane. Unique Grand Charm, but we know this is a Git Fortune, and it rolled 134, 11, 24, kind of yikes. Mine is not much better though. And actually in the end of this run I also found a Lightning Skiller for sorcerers, so I have 2 of them now. Talking about Grand Charms and Skillers. So the first one was Grand Charm of Quality, and the third one is actually Combat Skiller for Paladins. This one also went for an East rune. Almost halfway through we find Vampire Bone Gloves. Those are really cool, especially early on, every smiter wants them. Draco's Grasp. These ones were also sold for East rune. Occasionally I pick up large charms and sometimes they deliver 6 to max damage, 40 attack rating, 27 to life. Almost like 2 good small charms. Next comes this Magic Amulet. This is a huge luck. 3 to combat skills, 21% magic find. Went for another East rune. And really annoying skiller, passive and magic with 16 to life. Why not anything else? Also good small charm, 2 to max damage, 13 to attack rating, 9 extra gold. I keep it to myself. This item has been predicted to be very valuable this season thanks to specific features of it. This is Snow Clash and it adds 2 to Blizzard, which is really good for all the cold sorceresses right now. Also East rune. This item is actually pretty huge, I really love to find it. Ethereal Unique Mesh Armor. This is Shaft Stop. This one was originally priced for East Mal, but I sold it for East Pul Umrun. Small charm with 7 MF on it. Finally, almost 300 runs after, another mid rune, Mal rune. To be honest, these runs were quite tedious, because I always had to zoom in to see stuff. Well, this time I found another 7 MF small charm. I'll take that. Random unique that spawned very close dropped us actual Lacerator. That's a nice one, so throw barbs, probably for 1 or 2 of those on the server. And another small charm, of course, 20 to life and 10 to fire res, just 1% off perfect, really good find. Finally again, good item to be proud of. This is a unique gilded shield, actually on terrorized Travincal, which is actually slapping really hard. I didn't like it at all on a budget one. This is a Herald of Zerker. This one has been sold for another Eastern Mal rune. Here is a belt for all the Javazons, of course. This one also pretty valuable. Thunder God's Vigor. Went for an Amrune. Yet another 200 runs and finally another mid rune, Pool rune. At this point I was really getting annoyed that I don't get my Jar rune. Followed by Ethereal Shaft Stop, I find Ethereal Durios Shell. This one was also sold for East rune. I identified this unique ring that we dropped in Travincal, and it was Nature's Peace. Actually not too bad. If I decide to run Neo Attack, that would be useful. And probably the biggest find of them all, unique amulet that turned out to be Mara's Kaleidoscope with 29 res. This is really huge. I sold it very quick for 7 East runes. And yet another great small charm. This one is 5% faster hit recovery, 3 to maximum damage and 18 to attack rating, just 2 AR of perfect. Last season I sold similar one for Sur rune. And a little bit later in this run, actually interesting jewel. And this is 28 to max damage jewel. Quite nice one, the maximum is plus 30. Alright, now as you have seen all the items that I found and sold, I actually traded for a bear rune with 9 East runes, 2 Mal runes and 1 Om rune. So in total it was 16 East runes for a bear. I did get a couple of finds in between as well with the community runs, but I did not include them here and we'll do a separate highlight video of that. I did trade for a bear rune because I couldn't get Jar rune from anybody, people are not very responsive to trades. Of course I needed that Jar rune, but that was easier trade because I already with my buddy namespace we agreed that if I get bear rune, he will give me Jar rune. And now you know what it means, we are actually ready to make our Enigma. Here they are, Ja Eve Bear, but this is already a different story. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure to check out the previous video about the highlights of the first weekend and how we started with this Barbarian. Thank you for watching, see you next time.